Uh,
Guys, do you just want to just lead in while I just play Street Fighter? I'm playing Vega against
He was
Rockies.
doing the lead-in. That's what he was doing. Yeah, that was the laugh is the lead-in.
I was
the lead-in.
Oh, my bad. I'm just playing Street Fighter.
Whatever, cold open.
This is hot garbage.
This sounds like shit. No one's gonna buy that.
Is it a hit?
Welcome to another episode of Is It a Hit? Where you, everyone at home, the listeners, get to experience this excursion with us, this jungle cruise of sorts, on our way to finding that next big hit. If this were the movie Anaconda, I would be J-Lo, your host on this excursion. My co-host would be the Ice Cube in this movie, which would be Pat.
Nice.
And the leader, the true reason you're here, the John Voight of this movie, which is pretty accurate because he talks funny, he squints a lot, and he's way too qualified to be here. That, of course, would be your headliner, Nasty Nathan Sharp.
There we go.
Play the snake.
Yep, he was the snake. The snake led them on. It was actually just a big old Ouroboros.
Yep.
The snake was
John Voight was
them.
back end. Yeah, front end, yeah.
Yep.
Twisting around.
That movie is weird. That's all I can say about that. But I think it perfectly exemplifies what we're trying to do here. Because in that movie, they're trying to make a movie in that movie. I don't know if you guys remember the plot, but it's actually a documentary crew. They're making a movie. They're looking for their inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're doing for Give Them Inspiration. Because where we inspire, Nate creates, and we all decide, is it a hit?
Yeah.
Was that
First
movie
off,
a hit? I don't remember.
No, I don't think it was.
Massive.
You think that was a hit, dude?
It was a
Really?
Everyone's heard of Anaconda, huh? Right?
That's true, I guess. Yeah, I do know of it. Doesn't John Voight get thrown up at some point? Like John Voight throws up himself in that movie?
He's the snake. Yep.
Yeah, he's the snake.
Man.
So
that's what it would be if it was Christopher Nolan made Anaconda.
yeah, what if we're all the snake?
The whole time.
These movies are so mind-bending. Christopher Nolan, what will you think of next?
It's a snake within a snake.
This snake is dreaming of Batman.
Man, that guy made Batman movies a chore to watch.
What are you talking about?
They're an absolute chore.
What?
Yeah, 100%.
The second one is amazing.
It's a great movie. No doubt about it. Chore to watch.
I cannot agree with this. I would say I was kind of annoyed by how fast-paced they were. I came back to them after having not seen them for several years. Came back, thought they were too fast-paced. None of the scenes never lets him breathe. You got to let him breathe, baby. He just didn't do it.
Yeah, that is a problem of his. Yeah, letting things sit for a while and letting the viewer kind of react to what's going on. It's all pacing. Like I did actually just watch Inception this week for the first time, maybe in like 10. I think probably when it first came out. And there's just so many like monotonous scenes in that movie where it's just like giving a little bit of exposition, but he uses the score of the movie to just like pace things and the editing to like everything feels so fast. And you don't get a chance to like dwell on what they're doing. And it's sometimes, I mean, it usually works really well because you're definitely engaged, but you don't, you were just saying where like things don't get a chance to stew very often.
Yeah, man.
That's his choices, you know, that's the style he's chose to create, and it's all pacing. And most of the time it works really well.
Yeah, I think he's pretty decent. I've kind of gotten tired of it. Is the issue.
Yeah.
Like after The Dark Knight, just wasn't really super into him.
Yeah, watching
Dark Knight Rises was
is
trash.
work. I like the Magician one.
Yeah, that one is good.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Like a good ta-da.
Yeah,
you know?
I need to revisit that one because that one I think is not normally regarded as one of his most popular. But I should revisit that one.
Yeah, that movie sucked me in. I just was like walking by, watching. Like I wasn't watching the movie. Just one of my roommates was, and I just like stopped in passing, and then eventually just kind of like got sucked into it. I was really impressed with that movie. I liked it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of things that suck you in, so like a lot of people don't like magic. I don't know who they are because I love magic. It's cool as hell. But a lot of people are like, magic, it's stupid. But you show them the Prestige, they're like, ooh, fuck yeah, magic. It's just like Queen's Gambit. Like, I'm like, yeah, I don't know about chess, but I watched Queen's Gambit and now I bought a chess set. Now I'm gambiting all the time, just moving that pawn and getting my queen right into it. Really getting in the danger zone.
I just keep going to people down the street and I'll trade you 2 pawns for a king. They're like, no dice.
No dice.
Then you realize that's not what gambiting is. That's gambling.
Yeah. That girl has real wide set eyes.
Real wide.
Wait a minute. Guys, what the viewers don't know is that we have a couple lost episodes where we talk about wide set eyes in the Queen's Gambit. So I don't know. Do we want to rehash these? Because we might revisit these lost episodes.
I don't think that there's a bit to that. I think that's as much as I got.
But what if maybe we should do it because then they could just make those songs again.
We got better ones. So I made a new song in my head for Queen's Gambit. They're making a musical. It's been confirmed.
Oh yeah,
look it up. And I've got it. I know
you
how
gonna
it
try
goes.
to
Here's how it goes. It's a hard knock life, Borgoff. It's a hard knock life, Borgoff. It fits perfectly.
Yeah. And it's just like a bunch of grown adult Russians like doing the same motion. It's really out of place in the movie.
Yeah, it's all
great.
Just Annie. They just take
Still
Annie and they shoehorn chess into it a little bit.
Instead of real jobs, we play chess.
This is good. He's got a big red fro for some reason. We're getting away from it.
Well, that's a Queen's Gambit girl, right? But Borgoff can too. That works. Daddy
Borgoff's got it. That doesn't work.
Well, it's not a truly faithful conversion, but we're going for the spirit of it.
Did you guys buy a leather duster after watching that show?
Which one?
Me neither. Queen's Gambit.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, Nate, you didn't buy a leather duster, did you? Because that guy looked so cool in that duster.
No, dusterless.
Oh.
You know what? Bad. Of our friends that would own a duster, Nate's got to be number one, right? Like he's got to be on your list of who owns a duster. Nate would be like super high on my list of friends.
Really?
Yeah.
You got that going for you.
Why do you think I would?
Yeah, you would be like, not for a costume.
Oh, I see. Just for theatrics.
Yeah.
You're a huge fan of The Matrix, right, Nate?
Listen, after the first Matrix movie, I spent that evening after I watched it just cartwheeling around and making guns with my hands and going pew 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 pew. It was great.
Yeah. That first
way to spend. That's a weird way to spend last Saturday night.
I've been cooped up inside for a long time. I finally decided to sit down and watch the list of movies that I haven't put on my no-fly movie list. So, Raging Bull came on the TV, and I said, no, away with ye. And then I saw that The Matrix was there, and I was like, you know what? I could get down with this. I could see myself spending a nice evening watching Morpheus and the gang get together and take down some robots.
God, I love that movie. That first movie's so good, dude. It's so much fun. It's just, what a great time. Just running around, learning fucking ninja shit, fucking killing people, and they're robots. It's awesome.
Yeah, I like that one. But one thing I did not like was last week's song. I thought it wasn't a hit, but surprisingly, Pat thought it was a hit. The name of the song was Stomp, Shake, in parentheses, Godzilla. I didn't think that it was really marketable on a movie soundtrack, especially with the barbershop quartet. But, maybe I'm just oversimplifying things. Pat, remind us what you thought about that song.
Oh, I loved it. And probably that's because I grew up watching Godzilla movies like that was normal. My parents played a really hilarious prank on me as a child and made me watch about 15 different Godzilla movies. And I just thought that was how people grew up. You watched Godzilla movies. So I have an affinity for Godzilla. And I kind of like all bad movies. Like there's a vein of movies that like Mystery Science Theater 3000 would watch and enjoy. Like they're just bad enough to be good again. And I would, I love movies like that, like schlock, poorly produced movies.
What's your favorite? Oh, so you're talking about poorly produced movies too, not just bad movies, but they have to be like really poor. Okay, what? I'm trying to think of because I have a handful of bad movies that I like, but what would be your favorite in that
favorite bad movie? It's funny. I haven't seen The Room. Number one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody always talks about it, but it's so well like tread ground. What's my favorite bad movie? Shoot.
Yeah, The Room is it's tough to get into like with an honest eye, just because it's been talked about so much. I mean, obviously they've already made a movie about that movie, so it's tough to go in with like a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much just nonsense in it. A lot of really just weird sex scene. There's like a sex scene that you just like see right into the crack of Tommy Wiseau's head. It's weird.
Yeah. Favorite bad movie? This might be controversial, but Highlander probably. Have you ever seen the Highlander movies?
No, but I know you really like them. I do know that.
Yeah. They're super bad. Like they're just hilarious. There's a point in it where Sean Connery shows up, and the premise is that there are immortal people. They just can't die unless they get their heads cut off. That's it. Like there's just like some people are immortal and they can't die unless they get their heads cut off. And so these immortal dudes, they look just like normal people, like just live forever, never die, and then they like slowly find each other over the course of like millennia, right? And at one point, the main character learns he has his you're a wizard Harry moment, and he learns he's immortal. So a guy stabs him, but he doesn't cut his head off, so he comes back. And Sean Connery shows up and then shows this guy the ropes. And he shows him how to be an immortal dude and how to fight with a sword and stuff. But there's a part where Sean Connery is playing Spaniard and he doesn't change his accent at all. And it's just so he's just talking like this the whole time, and he's got this weird Spanish hat, and then this other guy is supposed to be Scottish, and I don't know what nationality Christopher Lambert is, or Lambert. I don't know how, it's one or the other. I don't know what nationality he is, but it's not Scottish, and he doesn't have a good Scottish accent. So they're doing their immortal training, and they're on a boat over water with like weird weights on Christopher Lambert's character, and he's like, "Don't touch me, you fool! You'll drown me!" And it's just like terrible. Like that's his Scottish. And then I forget what not Christopher Walken, but Sean Connery says.
Do it as Christopher Walken. Do it as Christopher Walken.
Yeah. No, I don't have Christopher Walken. Sorry, Sean Connery. But he's like, he's like, "You'll drown me, you fool, you foolish Spaniard," or something like that. He says he just says some weird thing about how he's a Spaniard to him. And then there's just a line where they zoom in on fucking Sean Connery's face. He's like, "I'm not Spanish, I'm Egyptian." And then he knocks him into the water and he doesn't drown because he's immortal. But there's this really weird scene where the guy doing the best Scottish accent "I'm not Spanish, I'm Egyptian," and then this other guy is trying his best. Oh my god, it's wild. It's like they filmed that scene to wink at the audience, being like, "Yeah, we know this guy's got a terrible Scottish accent. We know." And we know that.
So that's a problem in a lot of his movies is that he plays non-Scottish people, but he's just always Scottish. He can't do anything else. He won an Oscar for The Untouchables, and wasn't he a cop from Chicago in that movie?
Yeah.
And he's just Scottish the whole time, and the Academy's like, "Yep, I believe it."
Yeah, right.
It's just what is he? I don't get it. I mean,
have you ever seen the meme? The meme with, I don't know what movie it's from, but have you ever seen the meme with Sean Connery where he's just going, "You're the man now, dog"?
Yeah, that's from Finding Forrester.
It's so good. "You're the man now, dog."
If you guys want to, just cut in the trailer for that movie right now, in the podcast, that line is in the podcast. It's really weird. But yeah, "You're the Man Now, Dog" is a Hall of Fame trailer clip because it's just so out of place. "You're the man now, dog."
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
that's good.
The other,
it's good. I love movie trailers, so we could talk about that for hours.
I wanna.
What were you saying,
Max? I want to hear yours. If you have any other favorite Sean Connery movie trailer lines, because my personal favorite, I just really want to say, is from Entrapment.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Yep.
"You're playing both sides." Fuck.
Oh no, I didn't think that's what
line.
you're gonna say. What I thought you were gonna say was, "No, that's blackmail. Entrapment is what cops do to thieves."
My favorite Sean Connery line is, "I am the last one." He's a dragon in Dragonheart. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good line.
There's also in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which I think might have been his last movie. That's, almost 20 years ago, but he didn't make movies for a long time before he passed away. There's this part where he's like, "This is merely the beginning," and I just thought it was a throwaway enough line where I was like, "Yeah, I remember that one."
This is merely the beginning. That sounds great.
Yeah, he was the bad guy in that movie.
Yep. I remember seeing the trailer for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and being like, "This is going to be a garbage movie. This is going to be a trash movie. It's going to be a trash heap." And I went and I saw it, and I was like, I was totally right. I was right.
Heap's trash.
It was bad. So bad. It's funny that it was basically a superhero movie before they were very popular.
It wasn't too far before all the superhero movies started.
Yeah, I know. It has the same
tone. Right after, because Spider-Man was 2000.
Yeah, but the current version of the superhero movie, you know what I mean?
Pretty.
That had also a shared universe and stuff. They've got it down. They're doing a good job. Marvel has.
That's Marvel, not DC. Let's just make sure everyone at home knows we are not talking about DC, just Marvel.
Yes, and I would love DC to get their acting gear. I love Superman. I love Batman. I love all that stuff.
You're gonna see a Zack Snyder cut of Justice League? Is that a thing that?
I not really. If I'm being honest, any of the Superman movies, and I didn't hate them. I didn't love them, and I didn't love any of the Batman movies. The Batman v Superman was so bad. It was hard to watch. It was bad. And I was like, oh, I got to quit watching these. So I didn't watch Justice League at all.
What were you going to say, Nate?
Oh, I was going to say, if you've ever seen any of the DC cartoon movies, I just watched the, do y'all ever read Batman comics?
Yeah.
You ever read The Killing Joke? The one,
yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I watched the cartoon version of The Killing Joke. And to turn it into it's good. It's got it's good. It's got like all the classic voices you expect, like Mark Hamill, Joker, yada yada yada. But they shoehorn into the first half to make it more to make it more emotional later on when things happen. Joker does his misdeeds. They shoehorn in a B plot that starts off the movie where Batgirl bangs Batman, and it's uncomfortable.
And Barbara Gordon. Yeah, Barbara Gordon. It seems that's terrible. That's not even in the comic.
Yeah, it's like a protege relationship. It's really wrong.
And she gets like, well, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, that the whole thing's about her.
Yeah, that's why he stopped, because he didn't want to spoil it.
They really want to make that emotional hit more, and they needed another 45 minutes of movie to fill.
That's weird. You know what's funny is like, it's not like an action heavy comic book. It's very like psychological, that one.
Yeah. A lot of it's like very shot. The artwork isn't quite as gritty, but a lot of it's sort of like scene for scene. Once it starts getting consistent with the comic, they try to keep it as much, but there's like a few things missing. I think.
I was gonna say, it seems like the whole thing wouldn't translate great.
Sometimes it doesn't. Like there's all right, here's a spoiler alert. If you don't want any spoilers, go ahead. Skip ahead for like 30 seconds.
But scrub forward, yeah.
After Barbara Gordon, Batgirl gets shot, she's in a hospital bed. They're in like a dark hospital bed, dark hospital room. And the doctor just starts poking her foot with a needle. And then he just goes, he's never going to walk again. And then he leaves the room. And Batman's like, ugh. And then it's like cuts within 30 seconds.
Just poking her foot.
Just poking her foot, making a diagnosis, no problem.
We're going to need to amputate.
Who wrote that one? The guy that did the Watchmen.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, too.
Is it George Miller?
George Miller? No, not Frank Miller, the other guy. The Watchmen guy.
That's the one, not George Miller.
Yeah, let me look.
What's his name? Thomas. Milton Friedman. Yeah. Adam Friedman. Alan.
Milton Berle. You're thinking of Milton Berle.
I don't think the Watchmen.
Oh man, what is that guy's name? I'm trying to.
The guy with the big freaky beard.
Alan Moore. Yeah, it's Alan Moore, guys.
I knew it was a real generic name, and Alan Moore checks that box emphatically.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There's
the comics,
just furious nerds. They were
oh yeah, all of them that listen to this podcast. Yeah.
Take his log. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we could, go down the rabbit hole for, hours and hours talking about DC Comics. I mean, you guys could. I would just, fall asleep or something. But chime in with a George Miller. That's what it was, right? George Miller. I could do that every so often, just a misguided interjection, but I'm not going to do that.
Neither are we.
Neither are we. But what I was thinking this week is continuing down a path we've taken before. When we several episodes ago we talked about, but I want to take a little bit different approach to it this week, and I want to ask you guys, what is your favorite job that you've had ever, and why? So that's what I'm thinking this week.
Favorite job.
I really appreciated how well that episode went, but I think we went, kind of fantastical, but it led to some good results. But I want to know, because I feel like we've all had, an array of jobs, but I want to know what you guys think is your favorite job you had. And could you see like a specific part of that job or something that you've done in the past? But it's got to be a job you've had.
Sure.
Not letting you guys cheat your way out of this and saying, I had a dream. I had a job where I was a
strip club DJ.
All right. I've got one.
You got it?
Now, I can't promise you that this is the favorite job I've ever had because I generally like jobs that, pay me more money than this. But I will say there is a certain fondness in my heart. I worked at reshelving books at like an archival library, like where all the books that no one want go.
Yeah.
And you could like sort of wear whatever you wanted. You could be however you wanted, and you just walked around empty halls, shelving books, hanging out with your brain.
What did you like so much about it?
Because I thought I was going to like run into a ghost, I always thought it was going to be like Ghostbusters moment. I was on edge the whole time. The adrenaline.
You liked that?
Yeah.
You were afraid for your life.
That woman really looked like she was enjoying her life in that movie before she got scared.
Right. I was attracted to the fear of it. The fear of the unknown behind every corner, on every shelf.
Okay.
Interesting.
Weird.
Yeah. My job wasn't too far off of what yours was. I worked at the film video library at our university, and I love that job. It was kind of a I hear people in the industry, listen to other podcasts talk about like working at a movie store was their favorite job, and it was kind of like working at a Blockbuster.
I can see that.
Where you obviously it's you're just checking out movies and you're restocking movies and stuff, but there were like parts of the time where you could like recommend movies to people, and I could make like really weird recommendations. One of my favorites was actually a recommendation of a friend of ours. Will not listen to this, but if he does, we'll know who he is. He told me that so anytime someone would ask for the movie Apocalypto, this is about when that movie came out.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh, I don't have that, but a movie that's just like that is Home Alone, and because like the last half of Apocalypto is just him setting traps for people, and so I would recommend that, and just for my own amusement. I don't think many people got that joke, but like stuff like that, I would get to the way that I looked at movies on people, but not too condescendingly. Like you see, some tropes in movies where the person who is checking out the movies is very like condescending, like, oh, that movie is garbage, you want this movie. But I got to like be a little bit funny with my recommendations if we didn't have the movie they were looking for, or just be a little bit strange with things. And I like that. I got to communicate with a lot of people that I don't communicate on a regular basis with, and just like talk to a lot of people, and I don't know, just be a little bit more free flowing than just sitting behind a desk all day. So that was fun.
You liked interacting with the
but of course, as with exactly. This might have been the only job I really one of a few jobs where I really got to do that.
Oh.
And this was and of course I like this job so much, and of course I got fired from it. This actually might have been the only time I've ever successfully done the no, I quit before I get fired thing. And that worked out great. I just forgot to go into work a couple times. It happens.
Hey, what?
Yeah, I just got really busy, like with the school and stuff, and with some extracurricular stuff, and I just like forgot my schedule for the week. I wasn't very organized in college, and that explains why I was not a very good student. Like in high school, I was a pretty good student because everything was very regimented, the same for everyone. In college, like you have to make your own schedule, and I think it took me until I was done with college to figure out how to like make your own schedule, like not make your own schedule, but be organized enough where you're going to be on time to everything and you're not going to forget things. And it just took me a long time to do that. So I forgot to go to work in like a 2-week span, or I'd show up like 2 hours late to a 3-hour shift, and I just The only reason like I would remember that I was working that day is I'd be like walking by the building and be like, oh yeah, I have to go to work right
now. What, dude?
Yeah, you didn't know that about me. You knew me in college. I was just not. Well, I guess you didn't know me that well, but I was just not responsible, and yeah, I wasn't very good at taking care of myself.
Wow.
Yeah,
that surprises me. I feel like I was living.
Yeah, now I'm great.
I didn't even notice. I was like,
yeah, I'm super organized now.
Yeah,
no,
that's my.
I didn't. I didn't have it to. Really? Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I gave off that appearance.
Yeah, for sure. This is wild.
For sure.
Like that job.
I did, and that's the thing is that I did it didn't do that in my head where I need to prioritize this thing. It just took me until adulthood, but like 2 years after college before I like really figured out how to be an organized person.
Huh.
So, but it was like a switch. I flipped the switch, and now I don't know, I'm pretty organized, and I don't forget things too often. But yeah, it's a lot better than it used to be.
I just got really good at writing stuff down because I will forget stuff. I don't write it down; it's just gone. So, but yeah.
Well, Pat, what's your favorite job you ever had?
All right. Well, favorite job was definitely coaching like high school football, and I really didn't do it that much. I only did it 2 years in a row. I ended up going and getting my master's and seeing if I wanted to coach in the college level, and I found out that was more of a commitment than I was ready to put in. But I loved coaching college or high school football. It's like just the right amount of intensity. The season ends just in time. I just love football, and I love that culture. And I love being a coach. I like seeing growth in people and stuff. And it was really fun to do that. Both years I did it, it just really made me feel useful and like a good person. And and it's fun to like get a bunch of kids together and like they're like you start the season and you're all like, oh my God, how are we going to do anything? These kids don't know anything. And then you like teach them yourselves and you like spoon feed them and you like get this group of guys to work together and like go out and kick ass. It's the best, I forget who said it. It might have been like Ulysses S. Grant or someone from the Civil War, but like there's a quote that's like, it's a good thing that war is so terrible, lest men would grow to love it. And like that concept of like camaraderie and like, I get that quote 100% because it feels so good to be on a team. It feels so good to be like seeing growth and like putting that time in and like, yeah, that was cool. Didn't pay a lot, I couldn't do it, but I loved it. Just absolutely.
I think what a lot of really cool jobs have going for them is that they don't pay well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I think I made like $8 an hour doing my favorite job.
Yeah,
maybe.
I did own my own lawn care business when I was in high school with my buddy, and it was pretty sweet, man. Like we cornered the market on like teachers, like single teachers. So like we hung up our like our sign, like our lawn care business sign. I put it in the teachers lounge. And so like we just had all the single teachers that didn't have like a husband to cut their lawn. Like they just paid us $20 to cut their lawn. It took us like 15 minutes to cut these lawns. Like it was so easy. It was awesome. We would just do it like once a week. I made more money mowing lawns and just splitting the money with my buddy than I did working like a full half schedule at like JCPenney's. I was also doing that at the time. And it's just like I would work for one half day sometimes and make so much money. And I put all that money into paintball. I just spent it all. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on paintball. Like I just loved it. Me and my buddy, we worked really well together. He would mow the front, I would mow the back, and then we would just come. We'd be able to like get in and get out, and it was really cool. Like it just have like another person in high school. You didn't have people that like. It wasn't cool to care about things.
Still,
you know what I mean?
I will say, still not cool to care about things. Everybody, just wanted to clarify. Keep going, Pat.
Yeah, to all the high school students listening to this podcast, don't care about nothing.
It was cool to have somebody that gave a crap, like, too, and like, you know, it's the same kind of thing with the team dynamics and the camaraderie. Like, it feels good to make something. You know, the two of us were greater than the sum of our parts, even if it was just mowing lawns. Like, it felt cool. It felt fun to go to work, and that's a rare thing. Where, you know, we'd call up my buddy and we'd get coffee and we'd go and we'd mow for a day. Sometimes it'd take a whole day, but most times it wouldn't. And we would work hard, and then we get to split that money and just like, you know, we'd buy booze and we'd buy, you know, paintball stuff. We weren't doing anything like high schoolers weren't doing, but like, I literally spent all the money I got from that, like all of it as fast as I could. It was so much money for a kid. Just be like 16 driving around getting paid like $150 for a half day's work. It was awesome. It was the best.
Yeah, I remember the first time I was like compensated in cash, like adequately, like more than like $100, and I immediately put all that money into an envelope and just put it into my closet and just like went and looked at it every like 3 days. This is mine. It was like I was like Gollum with his ring. I just go look at it every so often, and yeah, I didn't really have any hobbies that cost money. I think I just asked my parents for money, which wish I liked paintball. They wouldn't have paid for that.
Paintball was fun. You know what killed paintball for us? Halo.
Yeah.
And we stopped playing paintball.
Who needs to buy paintballs and CO2, you know? Fucking...
Well, it's fun.
Now I just got to take all these whippets instead of playing paintball.
Oh, man. That's funny.
All right, Nate, you got what you need?
I got what I need.
You think so? Let me hear your notes. I want to hear what you took from all this.
I mean, I wasn't really writing notes. I'm playing Street Fighter 4. And I'm kind of keeping up with what you're saying. Listen, people, I just got Street Fighter 4 yesterday. I'm like 10 years behind on this, and this is hot. I gotta tell you, this is a good time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm playing
what on earth
against Rufus. What a game!
Are you gonna make like a song from the perspective of E Honda next week?
No, I'm not. Well, actually, now that we've talked about it, Street Fighter 4 is fair game. So
yeah, dude.
Damn it! Oh.
Yes. First off, 100% agree. Also, come at me if you want to play Cammy. I'll whoop your ass with E Honda. You ain't got shit on me. I'm gonna fucking slam you.
No, this is my first
1,000 hand slap you.
This is my first time playing Cammy. I had to look up her moves. I'm just rolling through.
She got a million
options. I'm more of a Zangief user. I like people to be simple and easy.
Yeah.
One of my chronic achievements of gaming when I was younger, my dad had a friend who, my dad owned a restaurant in Ypsilanti, and he had a friend who had a restaurant around the block. And we went over there one time for like an hour or something, or 2 hours. And his friend just like handed me like quarters and was like, "Hey, go play that Mortal Kombat machine." So sweet. I think I played on like easy or something. I was playing with who is it? Like Johnny Kang. What was his name?
Well, there's Liu Kang and Johnny Cage.
It was Liu Kang. That's right. It was Liu Kang. Because I just like, I don't know if he told me or I accidentally learned his move, and like I just like kept doing like his special, like, obviously it's not a Hadouken, but pretty close to it. And I just kept doing that over and over. And I think I must have been playing on easy mode or something, but I like won like 25 times in a row. And then it's like, enter your initials. And then it was like, first place, max. Second, 25 victories. Second place, AAA, 8 victories. I was like, yeah, take that, AAA. And for the longest time, I was like, man, on that machine for 1 hour, I ruled it.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Kids these days will never understand the joy of being handed a $10 roll of quarters. It only happened to me like 3 times in my life, but I still remember like getting, a roll of quarters and feeling the weight of that in my hand. and then being like, I'm going to play this Aerosmith video game for 2 hours. Did you guys ever play the Aerosmith shooter game?
I'm going to play Space Cowboys Pinball.
Was the Aerosmith one, was it called like Revolution X? I never played it, but I remembered seeing it. It had some funny name
I
that was...
beat that game.
Wow.
Yeah, hold on. Aerosmith video game. I'll find it. Evolution X. That is what it's called.
X.
Hell yeah, dude. I think you shoot CDs. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly. But, dude, I played the entire game, and my dad, like, was watching me, and then he just, like, couldn't help himself, and he came up, and he started playing. And then we ran out of quarters, and he was like, we've already put in the time. Let's just finish.
We're committed.
He went and he got more money, and then we beat the game, but it like cost us like, $20 more bucks. But yeah, basically people complain about pay to win gaming. It's like, guys, you forget about arcades. That's all they were.
That's the model.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
you're designed to lose health as it goes on, no matter what. The game is totally rigged against you.
Yeah.
Good model.
I've got the concept.
We need to monetize that mindset for our music.
You got the concept for what your song's going to be, Nate?
I've got the concept. It's all there.
All right.
All are great.
I'm really happy that we're going to talk about restocking books, film video library, and coaching high school football, but also Street Fighter.
We're not fully adults here, right? I mean, you have a kid, and you got a kid on the way, but I'm not an adult, right?
I have 2 kids. You can have one. Make us all even.
Nah, I'm good. I got this dog. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
half a
Nate,
dog is worth a kid.
Yeah, Nate, we were talking about how genius it is to just have a fake dog. You weren't here for it, but we were talking about like the concept of having a fake dog. This was back before COVID with like social distancing.
Just so you can get out of stuff?
Yeah, just to get out of stuff. Don't you think it's a good idea? Like, it's such a simple lie. Sorry, I got to take the dog out.
You got to produce with a dog nowadays. In the Zoom days, everyone expects you to like take the webcam. If you're in one of these situations where that's going to be your excuse, you gotta take it, and then you gotta be like, look, there's the dog. You're like, hey, I want to see the little buddy you got. I want to see the dog.
No, you just say like, oh, I don't let him in the office. It's like he's wrecked the office before. I don't let him in the office.
I was on a video call last week, and I didn't get on video because we don't have to get on video for all these, but like for some reason on this one, it was an interdepartmental meeting, and everyone was on video. I'm like, crap, I don't want to get on video. But there was one woman who like had a cat in her lap, and she was petting and she was going, "Oh pussy, oh pussy." I swear to God, it was hilarious. I muted my phone and I was laughing because she was just, "Oh pussy, oh pussy." My boss talked to me about it later. She's like, couldn't she have just said something else there? It was so weird. It made me cringe. And she's like, yeah, it was funny, but couldn't she have just like said a different word? Because the cat's name is not Pussy. Why couldn't she have just said like, "Oh, kitty cat"?
Well, how old is this?
The woman. The woman is probably in her late 50s.
Oh, she knows pussy is a bad word then.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, she's flaunting the system. I like this woman.
Yeah. Oh, she's great. Yeah, she's funny, and she like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what she was doing. But
that's awesome. I like this person's cool as shit.
All right, I'll introduce you guys next time we're all in the same room together, which will be never. All right, Nate, you got what you need. That's great.
Hey, Monica. Pat said, I told my friend Pat that you say pussy all the time in public spaces, and he just
while you're petting your lap.
So anyway, here he is.
Yeah, here's an icebreaker. All right. Well, you guys got anything else before we sign off?
That's it for me, man.
I hope you got a song. All right. Well, we will give Nate some time to come up with a song, and we will come back to you guys after this.
we're back, guys. It's been some time. Given Nate plenty of space. Let him lock himself in a room for God knows how long. And we're just hoping that he comes back with a good song. Just for a quick refresher, things we talked about earlier this episode. We got jobs that were our favorite jobs, not our dream jobs, but favorite jobs we've ever had. I think we did some Sean Connery impressions.
A few.
Nate talked about ghosts. I remember that. Talked about Anaconda a little bit. That was fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Any notes that you took, Nate? I want to remind us of what you.
I was thinking about jobs, the jobs that you all liked. So you and I both liked library work, and Pat likes coaching people. And that sort of led me down a path. I think it led me down a good path, not a dark path, a happy path.
Okay, because I do find it surprising. After that story, I didn't really recognize it at the time, but you basically just told us all that you worked at a book depository, correct?
Well, yeah, it was more. Listen, I don't think Lee Harvey Oswald worked at the book, and it was a book repository, not a depository. They reposited the books. The books were deposited from the repository, probably out to the.
Oh, I always thought it was book depository. Yeah, I didn't know it was a book repository.
I feel like people who know that were probably in on it.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's fine. Whatever you say. Hey, that's cool, man. Go on.
It was a grassy knoll, but it wasn't that grassy. It was more sun spotted.
Yeah, right.
Do you think there's a strip club in Dallas called the Assy Knoll?
I think grassy knoll is probably fine.
Yeah, right.
I think that one elicits some more interesting imagery.
Yeah,
but
I think many strip clubs are going for interesting imagery. I don't know.
You know what? You could name a strip club anything. I don't think people care. I don't think people care at all. You could just name it whatever you want, and people are like, where I gotta go see boobs, right? The Assy Knoll. Yeah. I just don't even. I hate that pun.
But I also feel like
my monocle fell off when I heard it.
But I also feel like most puns can probably be twisted, or most just any phrases. Paneling. I feel like I'm just looking at the wood paneling in my basement, and I feel like that could probably be twisted to be just strip club pun.
Oh yeah,
or euphemism.
Panels,
the wood.
Yeah. I mean, you name a strip club, anything, people are gonna go there.
Yeah. Something about strip and varnish. I don't know. I feel like there's the joke in that area, but I don't want to keep going in there.
I mean, the male strip club could definitely be the lumber yard.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, but you could name it anything. It does. That's what I'm saying. It's it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be you don't need sexual innuendo as long as there's people understand that there's nudity in this establishment. I think people do anything. It's this is the painted shut window. It's what do they do with the painted shut? Oh, girls expose their breasts, and people are oh, that's great. I will go there. The name does not matter to me.
Where you want to go? Which club you want to go tonight? Oh, how about Chase Manhattan Bank? Oh, what's that? That's a strip club.
Do a strip club. That's you go. Oh well, I needed to make a deposit as well, so this is great.
Well, you can't make that kind of deposit.
Oh boy.
Yo. Sorry, new sponsor, Chase Bank.
Chase Bank. We are not a strip club yet.
I feel like in order to survive in a capitalist economy, you always have to find a way to diversify your business holdings.
Well, actually, that pairing would work okay because they basically have opposite hours.
Where are you going to get the money? You're going to get the money right there.
Yeah, you got all you got all your ATMs right there.
Which kind
they
of
have
ATMs?
Opposite hours. The bank shuts down at 3 on a Friday and at noon on a Saturday, and then just for the rest of that time, it's not bank hours. It's just girls, exposing their breasts. It's great. It's a thing of beauty.
Only downside, the buffet would be all mints.
Yeah, that would be tough. Mints and then like weird like dum lollipops that you would give to kids, but you have them as an adult in a strip club. That would be a little kind of strange.
Yeah,
that would be a good strip club gimmick. Free candy. But none of the strippers like names are candy, so you know that they're tips are still required.
You know who likes free candy, Nate? Children.
oh boy.
Adults like candy too. Eh?
Yeah, who likes free candy? Everyone on Earth.
Everybody.
It's just like, the bank, the strip club could be given around. They could be, trying to get people to go to their establishment by renting a van on the side. And on the side, you'd put free candy. And then, the name of the strip club.
What if the name of the strip club was Free Candy?
Free candy is a good one. And it's got a girl in a cage.
Yeah.
What if Candy was wrongfully accused of a crime she didn't commit?
Hashtag free candy.
It's just like that Rage Against the Machine song, Freedom, and it's just about freeing candy. She was a good woman. Free candy.
He was the best stripper at the Assy Knoll.
Tony loved her. Oh,
so
man.
speaking about, we were talking about dream jobs a while back, and this song got me thinking. We were talking about real jobs, and there's quite a gap. It turns out.
yeah.
So this song, fully disclosed, I haven't sung it. I've written it, but I haven't like really sung it.
Oh.
But I got it. Like I know how it goes ish. Not with some of these Sean Connery lyrics I had to shoehorn in, but for the
listeners, Nate decided 5 minutes ago to put in some Sean Connery impressions. So
see if you can spot them.
Yeah, that gives you any kind of clue as to what kind of song this is going to be.
The song's about to end, and he's all like, "I'm not Spanish, I'm Egyptian." Ba, 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 ba. That was the end of that song. How about that? Hey,
it gets to the end and it's, I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne.
I am the last one. And then he ends it. It's pretty good. Dragons are great. Dragon Hearts, even better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dragon Heart. Listen, I was a kid and I was confused by when Braveheart was getting all these accolades as a movie. When because all I thought it was like, I'm like, there's like Dragonheart without the freaking dragon, so it's objectively worse,
You're not exactly wrong.
Best picture, Dragonheart. I voted for Braveheart.
Yeah, right. Hans Moleman.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Braveheart. All right.
Oh, speaking of misremembering Sean Connery movies, you got a song for us, Nate?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna try this. Let's see how this goes. I got a little thing in front of me. It's got the words on it. We'll start singing.
Well, great.
Teleprompter. Yes.
Yeah.
What's this song called?
This song's called Dewey. Dewey, I can tell you're gonna be a great pick. And Dewey, I can tell you really just get it. And the library business is slow. We need a shot in the pants, don't you know? And Dewey, I believe in you. I'll be your coach. And you'll be a library champion, a queen of the catalog. A library champion, running out of aspirin, walking at a jog, library champion. Dewey, I'm amazed at how quick you picked up what you know. But now I'm thinking the pressure's starting to get to you. Dewey, you're here morning, noon, and night. You've been stabbed in the parking lot, picking fights. So, but Dewey, you're still in the right. You're a library champion, a woman of the people, by God. A library champion, a curtsy, a tip of the hat, and a nod, library champion. You're the best. You're Egyptian. You're from Spain. There can be only one Dewey. Dewey man. Dewey, I'm noticing you changed your look. You smell like a gym locker. You've got a mind for burning books. And Dewey, it makes me think when you stay in late and you bathe on the sink. But Dewey, your hair is dry like your contract ink. You're still a library champion, a renegade informatician, by God. You're a library champion, a tip of a curtsy, and a nod, library champion. Dewey, there's missing books and blood on the floor. Dewey, why can't you unlock that door? Dewey, you're not the same. Dewey, this is not a game. Open the door, Dewey. Let's just talk. You're still a library champion, but I think you're playing both sides. You're a library champion. Come on and own up to your crimes, library champion. There's something that you're not. That's what I thought. Dewey, the lack of look in your eyes, it says a lot. And Dewey, you're too much fun. Dewey, you were the chosen one, but Dewey, I think you're done. I think you're done. I think you're done. Oh, but you're still a library champion, a man of the people, by God. A library champion, a tip of a curtsy, tip of a hat and a nod to a library champion. Library champion.
right.
Well, that is not where I thought that song was going to go.
No, not at all. But I like it. All right, cool. All right.
Hey, how about that name, Dewey? Is that because of the Dewey Decimal System?
Yeah, it's really shoehorned in.
Yeah, well, no, but that's why Dewey's the chosen one.
I get one of the library games.
Yeah. Hey, Nate, when you worked at the library, did you ever encounter this person? The person who was so meant for library work that
they were the library champion.
Or was it you? Are you the library champion?
No, I wasn't the library champion. But do you ever think about
I got fired from the library.
Yeah, that's what. So you say you got fired, but you were made for this job. I thought, what if we turned up the fired and turned up the made for this job?
Yeah, talk me through the story here. Talk me through the story.
All right. So Dewey,
here's what I think. The story
give us the story.
Yeah, here's what I think. Dewey gets hired at the library, and immediately, he gets hired because he's the best for this job, and then he realizes this, and then decides to kind of let himself go a little bit. The job is too easy. He doesn't realize how good he is, and that kind of, just like you do with any job, you get a little lazy. But with Dewey, it's a little bit more than lazy. He's bathing in the sink. He's getting in fights in the parking lot. And, suddenly he's locking things in rooms and the police are there. It's a hostage situation. That's what I wrote down. And I like Dewey, own up to your crimes. Yeah. And, but I get it, though. Am I Dewey? Wait, am I?
I think.
Damn it, I am Dewey.
So Dewey's a lady.
You did get
Dewey's
fired
a lady. I'm
for
sure
holding someone hostage.
I did get fired for so Dewey's the queen of the library catalog. Yeah, and so Dewey's gonna get coached to be like the greatest librarian ever from the master from the head honcho,
Sean Connery,
the library, pretty much Sean Connery. And so everything like reshelving books. She's running at full speed, running at a sprint, walking at a jog. She's always going. She's a champion of the library. Picks up everything super fast, but then likes the library too much. So always is staying there, spends all of their time there. So I'd originally thought, I'm like, okay, this person's going to be playing video games at stacks, but they're not. No, they're burning books and getting to fights because the library is like it's a place of carnage. It's a place of quiet and a place of carnage at the same time. Because it's the library, public libraries, it's everybody. So it's the whole world. It's a microcosm of the whole world, just done quietly. You know what I mean? So
I'm fine. Keep
someone's
talking,
a bank robber in a library, they're still a bank robber. They're just a quiet bank robber reading like a newspaper.
Okay. All right.
Someone's
all right.
And you have people there, and that's their internet part. So you got people off in the stacks using the Wi-Fi for gosh knows what. Some people, they got to bathe in the sink, and Dewey gets addicted to the carnage of living at the library.
Sure.
And, yeah, because she sees everything that goes on at the library. But she's a library champion. And then, it's too late to fire Dewey when you want to, because, they got the deal set in stone. You're the chosen one. And then it basically goes, honestly, this whole song is pretty much the Star Wars prequel set in a library.
What have they, he locks the door, there's blood on the floor.
Yeah,
What happens to Dewey? Does Dewey end his own life?
I think it's a murder. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was a murder. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you think this should be a good murder song? I don't like any of it.
I don't know. This sounds like it's almost like an homage to, again, the book Depository. And I'm pretty sure depository is the right word, by the way.
I don't think they deposited books.
I think it's books depository.
Yeah. So anyway, this book suppository, it seemed like you had like intimate knowledge of the workings of the JFK assassination. It was imagery wise, it was evoking an assassination attempt in my head. You locked the door, people were saying, "No, let us in." That's what, just in my head, that's what I was thinking. As a a listener, that was maybe that's just because I know the person who wrote it.
Yeah, this might be a call for help. But I do like that the only thing that got him fired from this job he was so good at was that he murdered someone. It's kind of like the Office Space. It's like Office Space is what this is.
Yeah,
but he ends up murdering someone.
Yeah, but except to just keep getting promoted, he just murders someone.
Okay, so it's almost like the taxi cab of the library.
Yeah, Taxi Cab Confessions of the Library.
Right.
Wait, was that movie called Taxi Cab or Taxi Man? I can't remember. Anyway,
you're right. Taxi Cab Man.
Yeah. But yeah, so I liked it. It was good. What style were you going for here?
Well, I changed things a little bit as I was going to what seemed to make sense in the moment.
Sure.
But it's when I was playing it on the guitar, it's a country song, and when you play it on a piano, it's just a singing song.
It's just a singing song.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it reminded me of songs like Americana songs. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
I hate that genre name. What does it mean?
You hate it?
When you add an A at the end of American?
Yeah.
It's nondescript and confusing.
Okay, well, it is a though. But anyway,
would you say like Canadiana?
Yeah, would you say Canadiana, Pat? Huh?
I mean, you guys did it already.
Is Rush of Canadiana? Huh?
And yet,
what about Letterkenny? Huh?
You still haven't said it.
Rush is Canadiana, and don't let anybody tell you different.
So now I know what it's more for Canadiana band. Yeah, I wanted to go for a Canadiana vibe, but I didn't.
Well, you got an Americana vibe, and that's that. Yeah, like you're telling like a story of a person, right? Like you're doing an homage to a character, and that is very like country western.
Canadiana, yeah.
Yes, Canadiana.
Yeah. All right, Pat, what do you think? Is this a hit?
I'm close to middle, but I'm going to lean hit. I'm going hit.
Yeah, I'm going to go hit also. I like the story it told because it was me. I like knowing that, to keep the record straight, I did quit my job before I was fired. So yeah, that's definitely not what Dewey did.
Before the inevitable murder in the stacks.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I quit because I probably would have murdered my coworkers. Yeah, Murder in the Stacks. It's a Stu Grafton novel.
This podcast is like Miss Cleo for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Enter small print.
Not murdered my bosses.
And you often are heard singing with a fake patois. So yeah, it's very much like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I did like. He talked about you were Egyptian and you were Spanish, right? What was that lyric?
Oh, I had to shoehorn in another. The only one I had was playing both sides, and I was like, "Oh, I better say something else."
That made no sense.
I'm Spanish. I'm Egyptian. That was funny though. It was funny.
It was great, but it didn't make any sense. But it only made sense to us.
Songs don't have to make sense.
Yeah. All right, I say hit too.
Yeah.
I like it. Good stuff.
Yeah.
You know what?
I would like to hear that on a guitar at some point. I'd like to hear that version because I think it would give it that, a different aesthetic. It'd be nice to hear. I'd love that.
Do you want it for the outro of this dealy?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Country version. All right, we'll do the country version.
Got it. All right. It was good. It was a pretty good episode, guys. I liked it. Like the song. I like talking about college jobs. That was fun stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will close it out. Want to remind all the listeners at home about our voicemail. That number. We did get a couple voicemails, so it's good that people are actually calling in. Just to say the number again, it's 707-780-2448, and we'll talk to you guys again after this.
Yes.
I'll do it. I can tell you'll be a great pick. Do it. I can tell that you just get it. And the library business is slow. We need a shot in the pants, don't you know? And do it, we believe in you. I'll be your coach. You'll be a library champion, a queen of the catalog, a library champion, running out of sprint, walking out of jog, library champion.